RJ Kielty, plumbing, heating, cooling, celebrating 15 years of bringing comfort to you. Feeling realty, call RJ Kielty, they'll get your system working to cool you down. And if fixing a leak is what you seek, RJ Kielty service is the best around. RJ Kielty, plumbing, heating, cooling, over 50 years of bringing comfort to you.
Live.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, yes, Thomas Holcomb, we are live. We are live with over 10,000 followers on the RJK page. We are here with Tayler Hadley, co-host today. Usually it's Tanner Kielty in the house, but guess what? Regan Weiss is filling in because Tanner is busy being Tanner.
It's a takeover.
It is a complete takeover today. I apologize to the Kielty family immediately off the bat because there's like no rules, no regulations, no nothing. We're breaking the rules today with Aqua Blu. Our guest is Mr. Thomas Holcomb, Aqua Blu, the champion of the Young Entrepreneurs Kickball Tournament that happened this past weekend with the egg drop.
Here it is.
Go ahead, show it, bro.
There it is. The people wanted me to bring this.
The people.
So I did. And you know, a lot of people look at it and say, well, it's just a charity tournament. Let me tell you what. Last year, some things went wrong. And I made a vow that we were coming back to win it all.
Could you please tell everyone what went wrong last year?
We didn't have any refs.
Yeah, okay.
We had just random people reffing.
Okay.
And so, you know, that led to some stuff.
Right.
And, you know, so.
Did you pull a hamstring last year? Possibly a tendon.
So that I did. I hurt my knee last year. That's what started it all. This year was slight more, not quite a full tear, but it's a hurting, right? But I had a better team, so I didn't have to play as much. So we came back, we beat the team, and I hope you're watching. We beat the team that beat us in the finals last year.
Wow.
And, so this is it means a lot to me and my team. So
good. Congratulations, sir. You're a winner in my book always, with a trophy or without one.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
I felt like a champion.
We did so horrible last year. We didn't even decide to do it this year.
No,
we
you didn't even have a team.
We were the first team up last year.
Really?
We were the first team out.
I decided not to do it because my health is more important.
Yeah, I would just.
I like my knees.
Coaching next year.
Yeah,
for sure.
So, all right, this is Thomas Holcomb, the owner of Aqua Blu. Tell everyone who doesn't know who Aqua Blu is and what you're all about.
So Aqua Blu, we've been.
While you're doing that, I'm going to share this. So go ahead and continue. I'm not ignoring you.
Yeah, no. So Aqua Blu we started about almost. Wow, it's been 5 years now, and we've come a long way since then. I started. I didn't have not one single customer. I was working at Coca-Cola at corporate America, chasing that corporate ladder, and was just really getting sick of it, to be honest. I didn't know what I wanted to do, right? I knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur and do my own thing. I never had a pool, right? I like to swim. I'm in the Navy, I guess. So I don't know. So it just kind of came to me, the pool part of it. There was a gentleman there was at Coca-Cola. He was an electrical engineer, and we were pretty good friends. And he left about 2 years, 3 years before I did. I said, "What are you going to do?" He's like, "I'm going to start a pool business." I'm like, "Bro, what do you mean? You're working at Coca-Cola, you got this great benefits and all that?" Yeah. He's like, "No, man, I'm going to do it." I said, "Okay, well, best of luck to you," right? I hadn't seen him in a long time. And my youngest daughter and I, on the weekends, we just like to go find like a little mom and pop a breakfast spot, just random, pick it and try it out. And we did, and lo and behold, here he is with his wife there. I hadn't seen him about 2 years, and so he's like, "Come on over." And we started talking, and I was like, "Well, how's the business going?" He said, "Man, I'm loving it. You know, making a lot of money, set my own hours." And it was that time I said, "You know what? This happened for a reason." Right. This is just not coincidence. Right. So that's when I made my decision. It was probably maybe 2 weeks later. I went and trained with him for a couple, went out on a couple routes. He taught me some stuff. And within 2 weeks I had resigned from Coca-Cola.
Nice.
And said, "Let's get it."
So how's that going for pool guys? Do you have like a lot of moms that
Well, there's that. There's some of
Tanner,
that. There's some of that.
I already apologized, Tanner, for her behavior. What? Jesse,
Okay,
Jesse, can we
real.
just cut her off, cut her mic off right now? Wizard of Pods, I'm just
I
joking.
mean, there is some of that, you know.
Yeah.
You know.
Hey, I've seen my mom's
Often,
pool guy.
yeah.
I'm just saying.
No, there's definitely some of that going on. You know, I pulled up the pools before, and you're jamming the R&B music and just kind of hanging out.
You know what?
Right.
What is the craziest thing you've ever seen? I would love
Yeah,
in that
Well,
situation.
I mean,
if it's rated enough.
To be
Yeah.
honest, we service a nudist colony up in Hudson.
Okay.
So I think
So
it's
fun.
Or not.
Eden Resort. No, this is not the type of exciting nudist
Right.
colony.
This isn't in Miami. So
no, this is not
he just said it's in
Florida.
Hudson, Florida. So
You're right.
just-
Like a
Yeah.
retirement
Yeah.
Right.
Thank you.
Like a Timu nudist situation going on.
He just
So-
lost that call.
Yeah, I was about to say he just lost that contract.
So
Poor Tanner. Okay.
So
Oh god.
yeah, it's not. No, it's more like you're probably watching my trip over somebody's.
Yeah.
You know.
All right. And anyway, so on to the next. So you've
Yeah.
seen some crazy stuff. You've done a lot of crazy stuff.
Yeah.
What do you think was the precipice and the turning point for you once you started really like kind of lifting off and everyone talking about Aqua Blue?
Yeah. So right away from the jump, when I guess it was from being in the military and thing, I knew just by observing, there's a lot of companies that didn't have uniforms, didn't present themselves well, and I knew that had to be not us from the jump, right? So I was very I wanted to make sure that we had uniforms, the truck looked good, because that made up for me, because I didn't really know I'll be honest, I didn't know what I was doing. Right. But I said, one thing for sure I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look like I know what I'm doing.
Exactly.
Right. And I'm gonna pull up like I'm a certified, ready to go type of pool person. I know the lingo, and if all else fails, I'll clean the crap out of it. Your pool's gonna look spotless, right? I might not know all the integral, the pHs and on how to keep everything, but I know your pool's gonna be clean.
Yep.
And so that was my process. And then when I started doing that and started learning from other pool guys, because believe it or not, there is a camaraderie between a lot of us in the pool industry, local, and we share knowledge and things of that nature. So I was lucky and blessed to have somebody teach me, the ins and outs. And then when that all started coming together, and then I realized, wow, I got a real business here, right? I started with 1 and went to 5, went to 10, and then it kept going. I was like, wow, this is real. So then that's when you have to learn about the business side of stuff, marketing and whatnot, and
which you do great at.
Yeah. So what's crazy? I my first time, I took marketing in college, never really paid attention to it. But the one thing I noticed that there was no videos, right? And this is even before I came aboard. And I had my friend come with us one day. I said, just follow us around. We'll call it a life in the day with Aqua Blue. And so that was my first video that I ever did. But it was I didn't know, it was posting on I don't even know if the hub was, maybe the hub had just started. I don't think I was
When did you start?
part of the hub.
When did you start
5
again?
years ago, he said.
Probably 2 or 3 years ago.
No, yeah, the hub was around for sure.
Yeah,
but
no, I started almost 5.
Okay.
So, I don't know where I was sharing at, but it's different other groups or whatnot. But it seemed to get a lot of interest, right? And then that's when I realized I needed to find a place that people could help guide me in that, and hub was a big part of that, and the Hub Pro as well. And so you're still learning, right?
We learn every day, buddy.
Every day.
I'm still learning.
Yeah, still learning, right? Trying to, we're not perfect, right? What I like to say to everybody too is, and my team, is that we're gonna make some mistakes, right? We try not to, but it's how we handle that mistake.
Always
right?
how you handle the mistake.
Learn from it, and how we can make sure that the customer, is, we're doing our best to resolve it. You can't please everyone. We all know that. But as long as you're learning from those mistakes and moving on, I think sky's the limit.
So what's next for Aqua Blue? What's the next level?
What I really want to get into now is the commercial properties. Those really seem to be our sweet spot as far as profitability and whatnot. But
So can you do that through like property management as well? It doesn't have to be like an apartment or assisted living.
yeah,
I'm pretty sure you could get with like a good property management and a higher end,
I have a
area.
couple and they manage multiple
Yep.
places, and so you get in with a couple of them, do a good job, and then the next thing you start
spreads.
spreading.
Yep.
So also we're getting into getting ready to take my license test for to be a certified pool contractor.
To
as well.
build?
Yeah.
Whoa.
So that's
that's next
yeah,
level.
yeah,
is that breaking news? Everyone knows that
well,
right now?
I mean, I've been studying, right?
Yeah.
So the good thing with that is that because I'm a veteran and whatnot, some of the things, the red tape is kind of waived. There's other things that are required. So it's really just about taking that test now, and that opens up a whole
new game,
whole
dude.
new game, right?
That's
Does that mean I'm personally going to be out there building a pool? I don't know how to build a pool, but that just allows me to.
Oh, you're the
have
license holder, buddy, and that's
subcontractor,
that's how you make things happen.
and get it done. So that's
Good for
exciting.
you, dude.
That is very exciting.
Yeah.
I
That's
can't
where the
wait for
money's
the
at.
content on that.
Yeah, that'll be good stuff. Really excited about that. So,
I was talking to a few pool builders as of recent, and they were talking about how to asking, of course, the questions how to get their brand out, how to put themselves out there, and then they were like the fallout of other companies that weren't doing such a good job. So I mean, the pool industry has such a bad stigma right now.
It really does.
And you have to combat that. So how do you combat that?
So I've been lucky. So I partnered with a couple, one in particular, Carlos Pavers, Patios and More, I believe is their name. And so they're out more in the Largo area, St. Pete, and so how that relationship started is, so when a new pool is built or it's resurfaced, there's a 30-day process where you have to maintain and raise it's called a 30-day startup, and you have to maintain certain levels of the chemicals to certain limits,
right.
and to make sure that surfacing cures, right? So they hire us to do that, right? It's very meticulous. We're there 3 days a week for the first week or 2 weeks, and then it goes down to 2 times the following 2 weeks. So it's very meticulous to make sure that everything's curing and no staining or whatnot. And so typically that will lead into that customer, if they don't have a pool, if it's a new pool, put it in, they'll hire us, right, to start pool service. So, and they have a great reputation, right? You have to be careful. Like you said, there's a lot of pool people that don't, and so I haven't had any issues with that. I've been blessed to work with that company, and Pools of Pasco, who also just started working with them as well. So we're doing probably 3 or 4 startups a month. And so those could, like I said, if it's in an area that we want to service, it's not too far, then we'll take on as a customer. So it's a nice customer source.
What are your service limits? Like how far out?
Yeah, so we're really here at Newport Richie. I have the place in Hudson, but really from here, and we're really growing down in that Safety Harbor, Palm Harbor, and because of where Carlos and them build the pools, Indian Rocks Beach, things down in those areas. There's some nice stuff. That's a really nice area down there.
You got some comments up there, Jesse? I saw a couple things coming through. I wanted to see them. Ron Smith.
Fellas, what about me, Ron?
Your part.
Jeez.
You're included.
Just let it happen. Oh, Tanner Kielty.
There he is.
There we go. The legend. the pool goat.
I didn't know.
Aqua Blue, baby. Yeah,
don't forget. Here, that looks like a donkey. So I was going to say,
it does kind of look like a donkey.
Cool ass.
It does.
Cussing Regan.
It does.
Mary Kielty's fine. She loves it. Okay, who else we got? What else we got?
He said Thomas Holcomb's team always takes good care of my pool.
Thank you.
Thank you.
After the what?
Thank you for trusting us, Tanner.
Storm?
After the hurricane.
Where do you see that?
Right there.
That's funny.
It's funny. Okay, Papa. We got your back.
Side. That's awesome. Yeah, I know he did. And Thomas, same thing for me. I will give him a shout out publicly right here and now, because when my house did flood, it came in through the back, and my pool was black. Thomas drained it, acid washed it. It's the cleanest that pool has ever looked ever since.
Thank you.
I don't
Thank
have a
you.
pool, but when I
Thank
get
you.
one,
Get a pool. Come see. Well, hey, it might work out when you're ready for a pool.
I
We might
know
be
you
able to
just
build
come
it.
and build it for
the
me
first
and
one.
service
There
it
you
for
go.
me.
I'm
Might as well.
interested about the
Plan.
building thing because
Yeah.
that's when you start making money.
That's
you guys
big.
can
That's big boy
collaborate.
stuff.
I can just
right?
help them with
Big
marketing.
boy stuff
I mean,
there. Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's getting like,
Pool with a
listen, I
bongo.
know, and this is real talk.
Yeah.
I'm not going to mention names, but like,
Yeah.
so I know a lot of contractors out there that will bring in a pool license, and then I mean, it's scummy. They'll tack
Yeah.
on 30%.
Yeah.
Just for selling for them when it shouldn't be that way,
Right.
and they're not doing a darn thing about it. Like I know you'll go in with transparency
Right.
with the numbers.
Yeah. 100%.
It happens all the
Yeah.
time.
I had one
100%.
other question. Do you have
Talk
like
to
a
me.
service plan or something at Aqua Blue, or like a
No,
maintenance plan?
We don't. And,
Okay.
you
Well,
know,
it's a monthly.
I mean, I guess you could
It
say
is
our
a-
monthly
yeah.
service is a
Yeah.
plan. So
Yeah.
yeah,
yeah.
you know, where we take care of, everything. Yes. So I
Okay.
guess the answer to that
Okay,
is
so
yes.
let's
Yeah.
provide for everyone. We'll use my pool or Tanner's
Yeah.
pool as an example.
Yeah.
Like the weekly service.
Mhm.
What does that entail?
Right. So weekly services. So I know a lot of companies, different companies offer different levels, just chems only, whatever. But and I tried that at once, but there was too many issues with,
Yeah.
some customers don't understand that chems only means chems only.
Mhm.
We're not cleaning anything.
Cleaning it.
Right. So we do a full service, right? Full service each and every time. And that includes fully checking your chemical levels
Mhm.
and then balancing them, opening and cleaning the skimmer baskets, the pump baskets, skimming the top, brushing the tile, vacuuming, cleaning the
Whole
filter
nine.
once a month. And then the good thing about it, and a lot of pool companies are doing this now as well, is that we send a report, right? And that
I enjoy that very
the
much so.
reports. And not some customers probably don't even see them, but a lot of customers do, and it'll tell you what your levels were, how much of what chemical we added, and was it the week that we did that we cleaned the filter, right? And just other notes say, hey, pool water levels low. You might want to add some water, right?
Yeah.
Because that's one thing we have to tell people too, is that, you're going to lose some water.
Yep.
And if we can't sit around for 30, 40 minutes filling up your pool,
Yep.
we won't get any pool stuff. So those notes will be in there.
Yep.
So the
It's all
customer can
it's
read
all
that.
digital.
It's all digital.
Do you ever?
Because-
I just a thought process how my
Yeah.
brain works. You ever think of like almost leaving like a love letter when you're done? Like, hey, don't forget to check your email. Maybe like a little, I don't
Thank
know,
you
rubber
card.
ducky or
Like, what do you
something
mean, like a
after.
physical thing?
Yeah, like a physical, like you
yeah.
put it on their sliding glass
Yeah,
window so they
A
can't
little
miss it.
sticker or something,
And then you
yeah.
could like a little like, hey, hope you had a great day today.
Yeah.
Your pool's clean.
Right.
Or
That's
you
not a
could
bad
say something
idea.
like, you think about it, like it's just customer servicing
I
people.
know.
You could say something to the effect of like, you might have had a bad day, but no matter what, your pool's
The
clean.
pool's clean.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
stuff like
No, that's
that.
a good
It just
idea.
triggers
Yeah, yeah.
psychology where
Right.
they're going to talk about you even more.
Right. No, that's a good idea.
Anyway.
I haven't done that, but
Tips by Papa.
yeah,
You're
thank you.
welcome.
I'm gonna log that into the safe. Thank you. For sure, we'll get working.
But it
on
is.
that.
If you
No,
think
no,
about
no,
it, at
yeah.
the end of the day, dude, it doesn't matter what business you're in. It's a
Yeah.
customer service
Yeah.
business. And if you-
100%.
If you make them feel special,
Yeah.
everything changes.
Yeah.
It really does.
Right.
You could screw up a million
Yeah.
times, but as long as you made them feel
Right.
special,
Yeah.
they're coming back to you.
Yeah, and that's the one thing too I learned too, is that we show up when we say we're going to show up.
Yep.
That in of it
In
by
itself.
itself, when I first started, it was mind blowing how
Mhm.
grateful customers were that I was there every week on the day I said I was going to be.
Yep.
But if I wasn't, I would call or text and say we're running behind, and just that communication. They're like,
Wow, someone called
someone
me and
called
told
let
me
knew what's going
I was
on.
running behind.
Yeah, and
I don't have to worry about it, though. Like you're there like clockwork.
Yeah.
Like I know that's speaking of, did we change days? I forgot what it was. Did you go to Monday or what happened?
No, we're double up. We're doubled up. We got you on 2 days. Yeah, yeah.
But my pool's high
because
maintenance, though.
your
Regan's
stuff. You
bougie
got
My
the
pool-
leads going through. And
my
the
pool's high
construction
maintenance.
stuff. It is.
My pool-
It's not unscreened.
I will give you
And there's a lot of
massage.
trees.
That's amazing.
So we're doing we do it on Monday and Friday. I
Yeah.
believe.
Love this.
Yeah.
They're
So
good. Listen, at the end of the day, they are a great company. I'm not saying it because
Absolutely.
we became friends.
Right.
Because the truth is we weren't friends.
right. No.
I didn't know you pooped
No,
from Cheyenne.
no.
So, see, I called myself Cheyenne.
and
And we built a relationship, but the truth is we
Yeah.
built a relationship because you showed up.
right.
And
Yeah.
if you didn't show up,
Yeah.
we would never have had a relationship
No.
or a friendship. You were
Right.
like every time something popped up, you're
Yeah.
like, I got you and I'm there.
Yeah.
Every single time. And when
That's
I can
key.
rely on someone like
Yeah.
that, that's also a friend. So
Yeah.
I appreciate the
Yeah,
friendship.
no,
as well.
thank you, and thanks for trusting me
Yeah.
and giving me that chance. And that's the one thing I try to make sure I convey that message to my team is that's what we have to be, right? We have to show up,
Yep.
We have to do what we're supposed to do. And as long as you do that, man, like you said, people will, if you make a mistake, it's easier.
Mhm.
They're like, don't worry about it, Tom.
Yeah, you've done so many great
you've never,
things.
like there's customers that
Yeah.
send me texts like, I've been servicing for 3 years, never missed a day.
Right.
So when the hurricanes came or whatever, I'm trying to fit people in. They're like, just relax, man. My
Yeah.
pool's not going anywhere. We
Yeah.
know you're gonna be back. Just so that's good to hear.
Right.
Yeah.
When customers know that we
But you
legitimately
gave
care
them
about
that
it.
respect, though. You
Right,
gave them
yeah.
that customer service respect, because there's a ton of Karens out there that
Yeah.
would be like, "Where the hell is Thomas in my
Yeah,
pool
yeah,
this week?"
yeah.
Because you know what's funny? We can talk about this really
Karens.
quickly, Karens. It's funny about, and I've talked about this with Jesse, Josh, everyone in this
Yeah.
room, even Tanner. When the storms hit, last year, there was a forgotten about people, and that was usually the people from west side of US 19, right? Because
Yeah,
that's like okay, because they were affected.
Right.
But everyone else on the other side, they were not affected, right? So my daughter, and I think I said this story before, my daughter works at a tanning salon,
Mhm.
and she's like, Dad, there's people in here the day after a storm, and I'm like, because their life is not affected.
Right.
So your business, has to keep running because there's so many people's lives that
Yep.
were not affected.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that storm, put a chink in the chain, if you will,
Right.
and change a lot of people's directions of business, and you either flourish from it
Right.
or you died from it.
Yeah.
It's true. A lot of
No,
people
it
suffer
is.
from it too, man.
Right. Yeah.
But you did well.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
sure.
no.
You've probably flourished from
Yeah.
that.
No.
That was probably
sure.
a spike growth.
That was incredible growth. A
Some
lot of
people don't
growth.
realize, like, these storms are horrible,
Right. But
for the
provide
people
a
in the
lot of
trade
good.
business,
Right.
like
a lot of good. Yeah.
I know for a fact that storm saved businesses.
Saved a
Saved-
ton of them.
I know contracting businesses
know,
that were
yeah.
going under,
Yep.
and that saved them.
No, it was
Yeah.
incredible. It provided a lot of
Mhm.
opportunity, some capital, some things to buy some new stuff and
Even
keep
people
us going
who
as well.
had, their homes affected. I feel like there's something positive that came out of
Right.
it. Like my mom's
Yeah.
house flooded.
Yeah.
She got her newly renovated kitchen now. So,
Right,
she
yeah.
There's
has,
always a great way to look
she
at
has
it.
that,
No, for
She's
sure.
like, my family's all
You
good,
got some comments? What we got? Wizard of Pods. My pool guy, Bianca Miklo.
Bianca.
That is Ameriki. Her husband has
Ameriki.
72-inch biceps
Yes.
and a really large tricep as well. And
Just
they're
one
good-looking,
large
beautiful
tricep?
people. He just has one large tricep. That's what we call it, the tricep.
Tricep. Yeah.
Just that you just. Oh, never
Yeah.
mind.
Just
let
stop
Whoa.
talking. Stop.
Wow.
Tanner, we're just done.
I stopped myself.
Tanner said, I agree. Full service only for Mr. Tanner
Yep.
Kielty himself.
Yeah, absolutely.
The legend, handsome man. We have Christian LeBron.
LeBron.
That's
He's part of the.
He was part of your team?
championship
He's a part of your
Thank you,
team.
sir.
LeBron.
Thank you.
LeBron, he's such a positive guy.
He
Christian
is. I love
LeBron is
that. I
always
love that
putting
guy.
out
Yeah.
positive messages of hope and
Yeah.
inspiration. I love myself some Christian LeBron.
And he's a sick DJ too. You
He
ever
is.
catch him?
I watch his stuff. I watch his stuff.
He goes live in the hub,
LeBron.
man. Yeah, no, he gets it in.
Yeah,
He gets it in. Him and I have a lot of
it's his.
similar type of
It's
story.
his therapy.
Yeah.
It's his
yeah.
therapy.
Yeah.
I get
Love
it.
that guy.
Mine's
Thank
shaking
you,
people,
LeBron.
Christian, but
Yeah.
that's my therapy. But who else we got? Anybody else? Love the pictures and data. So he's talking about.
Oh yeah.
When you-
and that only helps the customer. What I was gonna say, that helps me.
Yep.
I can track. I see how much chlorine or whatever we're using at a customer's house, right? I'm able to see how much is costing me to service your pool.
Right.
Yep.
As long as my guys are putting in the correct information, that now I know what my profitability is on that pool and whether we need to change something, whatever the case may be. That gives me all the data I need as well.
Mhm.
And I think that gives me a heads up on being able to service customers' pools. Because if you don't know what's going on and you're just out there winging it, there's no record of it,
Mhm.
you don't know how much, you're not going to be able to.
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to maximize your profits,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
So that's key.
Yeah.
It's key for the customer and for me.
So what can RJ Kielty do for you? At the end of the day, this is Tanner's podcast and the RJ
Yeah.
Kielty family. What do you need from us? What do you need? What would you like to talk about? Is there something special you want
well,
to say?
I
Something
mean,
coming
this
up?
is it right here. And
Yeah.
I wanted to start the podcast off by saying, how grateful
Gratitude.
I am personally for them having this platform, right?
Mhm.
It's amazing. Like this, people shouldn't take this for
Lightly.
granted, right? This is an amazing thing that they do for business, small business people.
Absolutely.
Get the word out. They don't have to do anything.
Nope.
They don't have to do any of this. They've
Nope.
been doing tons of stuff in the community
Yeah.
for years and years and years. And yeah, and I think people should not take this so lightly.
granted.
The
Yeah.
opportunity to be here and to talk to people and get your business out and get a boost, man. So
Yeah.
So thank you
Yeah.
for them. For sure.
I know I know Tanner
Tanner, wherever
appreciates
you
that.
are.
Tanner appreciates. Well, no, I mean I do. You
Yeah,
know, me and
you know.
I love Tanner. You know, he's
Yeah.
a good guy. You know, he's become a good friend. He's a
Uh-huh.
he's like a little big brother because he's smarter than me.
Yeah.
But he's
Don't
still
let
but
him
still
hear
smaller.
that.
But still smaller. But anyway, he really is. He's like, dude, how can we elevate other people? And then I remember talking
Yeah.
about this and then seeing it come to life and
Yeah.
come to
No,
fruition.
I remember that.
Yeah.
This is and it's
Yeah.
I mean, it's not. This is professional, well done.
Mhm.
You know, you got shot media here, and this is an outstanding platform, and I'm
Good.
grateful to be here.
Thank you for that. And I hope so. We talked about this before, Taylor. Our community takes what we do for granted here because
Yeah.
we've
Oh, for sure.
normalized.
Right.
Normalize
We've
what we do.
normalized awesome.
Yep.
Yeah.
We
No.
this community has normalized
Yeah.
awesome, and this is not normal in other communities. I
No.
told you I've
Not
been
at all.
around the country, and they're
Yeah.
like, "You do what and where and
Yeah.
how and
I
why?"
literally had a meeting the other day and I was telling this guy, I'm like, I'm from Tampa and
Yeah.
I've been in the business world
Uh-huh.
most of my life. I've dealt with bigger players and I was like, I've never been somewhere like Pasco. Like I've never seen business owners come together, sometimes even in the same trade.
Yeah.
And we're working together.
Right.
I mean,
No,
even
for
with the
sure.
hurricane, like
Yeah.
in living in Tampa for 28 years, I never saw something like that. I never
Yeah.
saw business owners put their own livelihood and jobs and workflow
hold.
coming in
Yeah.
on hold to make sure that the community had food and
Right.
water
Yeah.
and that they were able to shower and have cleaning supplies. Like they don't do that
Absolutely.
anywhere. And I definitely think that, like, although I don't want to say the whole community, because I think
There's a niche.
majority
Yeah,
of our
niche. Yeah, yeah.
community is thankful for what
Yeah.
the small businesses here
Right.
do.
100%.
But there's some people who aren't, and I'm just like, that's crazy because that
Yeah.
didn't exist where I
Yeah.
lived. Like we didn't have that. We didn't have
Right.
community events. We didn't
Yeah.
have, like, business owners were not paying thousands of
No.
dollars to make sure we had a good time. for
Right.
free.
No, for sure.
Like,
No.
they didn't do
Sure,
that.
yeah, no. And I
So-
think that all sort of correlates back to the hub, right?
Yep.
And the hub pro, for sure. When I landed on that, I was like, man, this is all amazing, right?
Yes.
And then getting in with the hub pro and you yourself,
I love you,
Regan,
bro. Thank you.
same thing. It's like you don't have to do any of this stuff either, and you do, and the stuff that you generally try to help. And a lot of people don't understand it. Like, well, what's the catch? There's no catch, man. The catch, and I was skeptical too. I was like, I've heard some stuff, but I met you, gender guy, love you to death. You the stuff that you put out here for free for people is amazing.
Thank you.
So thank you as
Love you.
well.
You know I
and
love you,
you
bro.
know, and
I love you.
and I'm
It's
just
change of
glad to be a
behavior,
part
change
it.
of you, change of
Yeah.
behavior, change of you, change of behavior,
Yeah.
change of you, and then
Right.
finally everyone will get it eventually. But
Yeah.
either they don't. If they don't. It's okay.
Right.
They're not on board.
Yeah.
Tanner gets it. Tanner understood
Yeah.
it. Look what RJ Kielty does for the community.
Yeah.
Look,
Yep.
I mean, and mind you, they did it prior to
Uh-huh.
anything existing, right?
Right,
Like his
right.
dad is, and then obviously then the mom, and then the brothers, and all, and then Tanner's taking on the legacy. And who knows? I would love to see his family, maybe his
Yeah.
daughter working here one day and
Yeah.
running
Oh,
the show.
Royce already has his
Yeah.
own office
Think
here,
about it.
and
Yeah.
he will proudly tell you that this is his office, and he'll
Right,
take you in there and he'll show
yeah.
you all his and his papa's
Yeah.
stuff. So just sorry, that position's already taken in the
Right.
next 20 years.
But
No.
even this past weekend at the Easter egg drop, like
Uh-huh.
it's everyone's like, oh, that's just a marketing ploy.
Yeah.
It's not. Like it's.
No,
I can
genuinely-
assure you, the money could be
Yeah.
spent a lot
Elsewhere.
differently elsewhere for
No.
marketing
And then
campaigns.
the
And the
fact that it went for,
time.
and the fact that we were helping some of my fellow veterans,
Yeah.
is key. And I think it's always important when you can give back to the community. It's one thing that I've always done it, but now that I'm a business owner, and you have to do it in the
Yep.
community to support you. If you're not doing, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Like,
Exactly.
how can you expect them to support you if you're not giving back to them?
Exactly.
So it's a big part of what Aqua Blue does, and we're going to keep continuing to do that.
Yeah. I
Yes,
love
sir.
you, bro.
Yeah,
We
so-
got a couple more comments, and then I know we're trying to keep these to a half hour, Tanner said.
Is that we have a half?
Chucky!
where we at?
We're already at a half hour. Hey, friends, loved my podcast. Can you read the rest of that? Because it's literally
Loves
this
my
big.
podcast with RJ Kielty. Killing it.
Killing it,
Oh,
Thomas.
nice,
See, Jackie
nice.
said you're killing it.
Oh, thank
And that's
you,
all that
Jackie.
matters.
That
What else
is.
we got? Don't pick on Tayler.
Yeah.
No one's picking on
not-
Tayler. So I'm gonna start
Get
picking
him,
on.
Jackie.
You
Let's
must have
pick on
missed the
Jackie
beginning.
because I could do that in a second. That's an easy target. That is an easy target. Tanner said, "Love that. Let's keep going." Oh, my boy.
Let's
We
get
love you,
it.
Look at my
Tanner.
boy.
There's my
Tim
Grace. Hey,
Oh,
there's
I
another
love, dude,
champion.
I love Tim
You're a
Grace.
champion, Tim.
Dude,
I
you know
got
what?
You're a champion. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise,
Did
Tim.
anyone
I
mention
love you,
kickball
man.
champions? Let me tell you about Tim Grace. Another guy was, looking at me with 3 eyeballs at one time. But every time I see that guy, it's something positive. It's, hey man,
No,
what's
he's
going
got-
on?
yeah,
How
no,
are
no.
you? Like,
Yeah,
what's
he's
going
got-
on in your life?
yeah.
Like, it's never like,
No.
woe is me,
Yeah,
Eeyore.
no.
Yeah, he always
I
like,
love
yeah.
Eeyore.
He's like, cool. Man. You
I
would
literally
love Eeyore.
I literally hadn't seen him in a while with that
Yeah.
kickball tournament. And he
just always-
comes with the
Dude,
happy
yes.
and the
yes,
let's
in the
go.
gym. Like I see him in the gym.
Yeah,
Yo,
yeah.
man, what are you doing? What are we
Yeah,
working
yeah,
on,
yeah.
man?
That
Yeah.
sounds like me,
Yeah.
but like male version. I don't think I've met him yet.
You know what I meant? You would like Tim Grace. And
You
his-
never
and
met
his
him?
biceps.
Tim?
I've
Oh,
never
wow.
He's
met
got
Tim
really good
Grace.
shoulder separation.
Yeah. He's a good
I don't
kickball
even
player.
understand what that means.
He's defined. He's very defined. Did anyone?
Thank you,
that was it.
Timmy.
Yeah,
Appreciate you,
what
brother.
else we got? Miss Nenoff. You guys are the best.
Thank you.
Miss Nenoff.
I'm coming to get my hair done soon.
The golden ratio, bro. That's the golden
Yeah,
ratio
I know.
salon.
They're gonna give me
I
some
don't- you,
Gold tips.
you think you get some? Did you say gold tips? Dude, get your
Give
beard
Give him
gold.
some frosted
Bro,
tips.
Straight up, I will pay for it. I will
not
pay
doing
for
it.
it
I'm
if you
not
get
doing
that gold. I want this gold.
I'm not doing it.
I will-
Wait,
I will pay
is that
for
a
it.
thing?
I will pay for it.
Oh, I don't know if
You
I
would
can-
look- Or blue.
Oh,
Do blue. I'll pay for blue.
I'll do blue all
Will you
day.
do blue?
Is Mia, could she do
I'm
blue?
calling it right now.
Mia, can you
Can you
dye
do
his
blue?
beard
Blue.
blue?
Miss
We need a
Nenoff, can
blue.
you do blue? Because if you do blue, we're making it aqua blue.
Aqua blue.
Ooh, that sounds like an
Dude,
episode
I want.
of
Can
I'll
you
do
wait?
it.
Dude, I
I'll-
want. Wait a minute.
100% do it.
This Tanner's probably like, could you get control of the podcast, please? But I will tell you right now, I think there's a thing you can write into Crayola and create your own color. What if you create your own aqua blue crayon?
Yeah, let's do it.
What? And then you can give away aqua blue crayon for
Yeah.
kids to do coloring books, and they have to color Thomas.
I love it.
We're doing it.
I love it.
I don't know what happens in here,
This
folks.
man's
It's just
mind.
odd things.
Somebody tag the
Mia
crayon
said,
maker.
Let's make it happen. Dude, I want this done. This
Do
is
it.
happening within a week.
Now let's get it.
Are you gonna do?
I'm so.
I'm
down.
not
Yeah.
joking,
I'm
Thomas.
not joking either.
I am.
Let's
I'm
go.
being. This is.
I'm 100%.
I say bet.
I'm-
You say bet.
I bet.
There
Bet.
it
Let's
is.
get it.
That's today's.
Let's
Brilliant,
get it.
Mia.
That's
Find
today's
an
lingo,
opening.
folks.
Let's rock it.
We're gonna do a whole video there.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fantastic.
I'm ready, dude. Let's
I
get
love it. That would have been
Yeah,
cool for the
yeah,
kickball
that
tournament.
would've- yeah.
Or what if you just got sexy and just did like a stripe, like right down middle? Or would you do the whole
No, I'm
thing?
doing all. If I'm
All of
doing
it? All
I'm doing
in?
We're all
That's
blue
hot,
or we're
bro.
not.
I'm gonna ask if
Yeah.
I can come with the gloves and massage it in you.
I wouldn't have it any other way. Any
Mia
other way.
said blue only.
Blue. It's
Yeah.
the favorite color, bro.
Yeah, let's
it is
do
my
it.
favorite color.
Yeah, I love blue.
Yeah.
Aqua blue.
We all love blue.
All right. Well, anybody else? Jackie said bet. Jackie, she'd be like, I'll just come in and take pictures, guys.
Yeah, just
Can I
take
bring
some
my
pictures.
horse with me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll put him on a horse with a uniform.
I want you to come out like
I'm not
General
riding a horse.
Putin of the military Russian army with no shirt on and a blue goatee.
No,
I'm sorry,
no horses.
Tanner.
No
We got
horses.
completely off
Yeah,
kilter.
we'll make
today.
it.
What's that one?
But
With
it's-
the blue
I don't know, but it's
handlebar?
33 minutes and we gotta wrap this
Yeah,
up.
wrapped it up.
So
Oh.
Thomas Holcomb,
Yeah.
tell us how to get a hold of you, how to hire you, and all that
Yeah.
fun stuff. Go.
So we're on Facebook, Aqua Blu Pool Service. No E in blue, right? If you're looking for the blue and you have the E in it, it's not us. We're Aqua Blu, no E, right? That's where you can get a hold of us the most. There is a website, www.aquablupoolservice.com.
Yeah.
I'm not.
You don't
on
have to
there
say
much.
wrow anymore. It's okay. It's
Doesn't
not. It's
really-
not 1997.
Oh shoot, my bad. So
It's-
just aquablupoolservice.com. It's not updated. Most of our content and everything is on Facebook. If you want to get a hold of us, and we would love to have the
Service your pools.
Service your pool.
Highly recommended. He's Tanner Kielty approved on the RJK.
Yeah.
Taylor approved.
Taylor
And Taylor
approved,
approved.
yeah.
He's Papa approved.
Yeah.
He's everybody approved.
Yeah.
Thomas Holcomb, we love
Yeah,
you, brother.
we love
Thank you
you
for
too.
being community
But
oriented.
The real question is,
Shoot,
do you
Aqua Blue. I guess we're
I
gonna end.
do.
We're gonna end it on that
Soon.
right there. Jesse, the Wizard of Pods, thank you so much. Josh Weaver, Ape Shot in the studio today. Taylor, Regan Weiss, and of course, Mr. Holcomb. We love you guys. RJ Kielty out. Tanner
Out.
Kielty. See you, buddy. Love
Bye,
you.
guys.
Kisses.
Bluebeard?